Okay, UEFA have come out today on the back of La Liga coming out and saying they're planning to play a game in the US and say they want to introduce a third European club competition by 2021. Um, they haven't really been very clear on how the tournament will be organised. They've not been clear on that. And Agnelli, who's also got links to Juventus, saying the current model needs modernising, which basically means we want to make as much money as possible. He's the chairman of Juventus, so you can see a conflict of interest here. The Cup Winners' Cup was the other European competition that went alongside the old UEFA Cup and the Champions League. So the Europa League now and the Champions League. It was scrapped in 1999, which was a great shame. UEFA said in a statement they constantly review the format of its competitions and is looking at a variety of options, which is basically saying we want to make even more money and rip fans off. It's basically what UEFA is saying. That's my personal view on it. Now, the European Leagues, which is an organisation that represents 32 major professional top-tier leagues in across Europe, said it would fight the plans. The Deputy General Secretary, Alberto Colombo, who obviously is representing Serie A with a name like that, said, "We are not happy about the process at all because this is something that has been prepared and cooked up by UEFA and the ECA, which is another organisation that plans these things, without any proper engagement." Very similar to the Liga signing an agreement to play games in the US without engaging with the fans and the players. And now some of the clubs are saying, we're not happy with this because we have not been engaged and having discussions over this or involved in the planning process. UEFA just cooked this up. So the European Club Association, which is the top tier, these are the Champions League clubs, they've come up with this idea alongside UEFA. But some of the other clubs in these leagues are not happy because the amount of money you got to spend now to get in the Champions League and the Europa League, and the amount of money that you lose out on if you crash out of the group stage or don't qualify is huge. And it's just showing how overly greedy football has become. Much like La Liga trying to forge ahead without the players really wanting to play games abroad, very similar. UEFA and the ECA are trying to forge ahead. And I'm reading this article, and it looks like there could be more action against a governing body or a league. There could be more disconnect between players, fans, and the governing bodies of the sport. Football is in a crisis point right now. It's at a crunch point, and with La Liga forging ahead and UEFA are probably going to barrel roll this through as well. I think they're going to try and steamroll it through. But if you can't get the 32 major professional leagues on side, doesn't matter how many if the big name clubs sign up, yeah, fine. But if you can't get the majority of the teams, the players, and the leagues on side, it's going to be a red herring, a dead balloon, a wasted tournament. I've already followed on Twitter. I've followed on other sports websites, and for the most part, fans give it the thumbs down. Fans give it the thumbs down massively. And I say this: football without fans is nothing. It's just corporate pap, which is what it's become. Fans are being hard-working fans who are supporters of their clubs locally, have been priced out. And you look at some of the big Premier League grounds now, and how many tourist fans are there, where they're not really from the local community, and they have never followed the club since they were kids. Like I followed Blackburn. Yes, I've been to several Blackburn games. I'm not just like, yeah, I wave the flag. I have been to games and I have travelled around England watching my team play. Most of these fans are there for the tourist factor. They whack on the shirt, yeah, look at me, take some selfies, and they don't really give a toss about the game. This is what football's becoming. But that's my view on it. I'm normally very neutral on these things. How this is the plan, this is what's happening. But on this is why I'm falling out of love with football, because the over commercialisation of the sport is killing it, absolutely killing it. And the final video I'll do tonight is on a team in financial trouble, and how the football league here in England is not helping them, punishing them. So there we go. I'm going to leave that there. Fans are against this idea. Fixture congestion is enough of a problem. You listen to Mourinho and Guardiola and all these other managers complain regularly about fixture congestion. Yet the chairman of their clubs seem to want to force these ideas through, especially the richer clubs. The poorer clubs, they don't want this. Their players probably don't want it. The managers don't want it. And I'm reading articles here about how negative the reaction has been from players' unions or clubs' unions and fans' unions, and saying, we do not want this. Stop. Yet the powers that be, where the decisions are made, are forging through regardless of what we what we care about, because they're chasing the dollars, they're chasing the pounds, they're chasing the euros, they're chasing the yen, they're chasing whatever currency you can think of. They want to line their pockets with it, and this is the problem with football. But I'm going to leave that there. Thank you very much for watching. Place your thoughts below, and I'll have some more videos for you soon.